alternate form of an asset class, a digital asset class. And we use it as a form of payment everywhere in the world. Consumers, merchants use it because you can easily pay people without relying on a trusted third party. However, in China, the payment industry is already very mature, so Bitcoin is more seen as an asset class that is investment. And some people even speculate on it as an asset class. So there's a lot of speculators coming in, buying Bitcoin. The price will go up and down. It's very volatile. You have to look at the fundamentals. The fundamentals are that Bitcoin is a global digital asset class. And I really mean global in the sense that anyone in the world can buy Bitcoin, anyone can own Bitcoin, anyone can transfer Bitcoin to anyone else. And it's purely digital, so there's no physical instantiation. And because it's digital, you can also transfer freely, quickly, and very easily. So that makes it very attractive as an asset class that can move value, huge amounts of value, overnight, in an instant, around the world. So because of that, people think Bitcoin today, the total valuation of all the Bitcoins in circulation is probably just on the order of $3 to $4 billion. So $1 billion is a lot of money, but for the whole world, $3 to $4 billion is very little money. So in that sense, people think that one day, when the rest of the world gets to know and understand Bitcoin, the true value of having an asset class that can move around freely, then Bitcoin will become itself more valuable, and people making a play on that. The opportunity is huge. China has already been projected to be the world's largest economy, and given the state of the internet around the world, the internet is here to stay with us as society. And we know that just like how e-commerce took off in the last 10 years, e-commerce is here to stay. Right? We'll have more and more payments within China that's electronic in nature, whether it's Alipay or whether it's the new WeChat payments, credit card, China Union Pay. So when payments are inside China, it's done via centralized networks, like what I mentioned. However, when you have payments that go across country boundaries, from China to Africa, China to Europe, China to the United States, then you rely on the international banking sector, or you rely on a trusted third party like Western Union or any sort of money remittance service. Bitcoin supplements that. Bitcoin is sort of the trusted, yet doesn't require trust, way for you to send money back and forth from people around the world. So will there be more commerce between China and outside of China? Of course. Of course. Today, only a small fraction of people in China know about and utilize Bitcoin. But I fully imagine one day where everyone will utilize Bitcoin, everyone will use Bitcoin. Today, we're in the realm of Bitcoin is not considered a legitimate currency by the Chinese central bank. So it's considered just a digital asset, so like virtual swords and so on and so forth. So as a digital asset, there's been a ruling issued by the central bank along with 5 other departments. This is back in December of 2013. The ruling essentially said that Bitcoin is not a legal currency for the banking sector, for the financial sector. However, Bitcoin is a legitimate digital asset. People are free to buy and sell Bitcoins in China. And what happens is companies in China are allowed to engage in Bitcoin services, but just not the financials and banks. So they're not allowed to touch Bitcoin, but we are. We are operating as an internet company. We register with the Ministry of Industry and Information Technology. We're compliant by that. We operate a Bitcoin service to allow people to buy and sell, to match up buyers and sellers. There are several exchanges in China. There's because it's unregulated, there's actually more than there should be. And everyone who wants to be an exchange can be an exchange, essentially. There's no licensing requirement. That's the pitfall of not having regulation. I see more competition as good. It keeps us all very sharp. It keeps us offering the best level of service for our customers. But in the end, there's not a fixed number of exchanges that are allowed to operate in China. We believe in the future where everyone will use Bitcoin. And that means everyone, not just Chinese people, worldwide. So whether there's a global currency reserve currency like the US dollar, or whether the renminbi also joins the rank as reserve currency, what's important is that down the road, as internet and technology becomes more embedded in our daily life, we will put more and more of our lives into digital form, whether it's digital music, digital photography, with videos and online. Everything's online now, even social apps and even restaurant reservations, everything's online. Payments is becoming online as well. And as we go travel, we might even carry our money online in digital form. And how would that be? That would be in Bitcoin or other digital cryptocurrencies. So it's a possibility that one day people around the world can travel and carry Bitcoin, and then they can then exchange back to local currencies, whatever country they are, and spend it that way.